So, this is a full hypnosis session that explores a past lifetime in Atlantis. And Kaila and I explored that lifetime, what was going on at that time. It was very fascinating. Ant beings came up. There was discussion of the fall and the energetic and the physical changes that happened. We got a peek at some of the different cultures and different interactions that were happening at that time. We got a lot of information from the higher self regarding what was shown, what we need to know for now, what this time period in Atlantis has to say to us now here in 2026. So stay tuned for all of the fascinating information that came through in this session, and I hope you enjoy this journey. If you want to book a session of your own, details down below. Make sure you have the captions on. Enjoy. And just share with me the very first impressions that you have, or the very first things that you're seeing as you connect to this time and this place.
You can see water. It looks darker, a bit black because it's so deep, probably. I can see mountainous areas with greenery, lots of trees. It's like a coastal area with the water, where the water meets the land. It's like I'm flying above, so I can see from a distance.
What kind of trees are you noticing?
I can't see specifically, but it looks kind of tropical to me, although I can't pinpoint exactly what trees are there because it's so
Mhm.
high above.
What else are you noticing from this vantage point, this perspective?
Reminds me of being in the Caribbean, that tropical look from above. Nothing like what I thought I would see.
I'm curious, are you noticing any buildings or structures below you?
You can see some things that look like houses on the shoreline. There's like brown earthen color. Can't specifically see any details.
Are you noticing any people or
I'm not sure. I can feel like there's life there, but I can't see exactly. It seems just still, kind of mountainous, thick forest. 'Cause, 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 '
And do you feel like you'd like to go down to the surface, or would you like to remain in this perspective, this vantage?
I feel like I'm down on the shore. I can see what looks like the earth, like on the shoreline. There's brown dirt, sort of like the entrance to caves or just parts of the land that are going into the earth. Now I'm kind of going down. I feel myself going into one of the enclaves and into the earth. And it's like I'm going down into the earth and I can see water. It's like I can see fishes and other types of things that live in the water. I see something doesn't look like a regular person. Looks part human, but not really. Looks like something is just standing there and does not look like anything I've seen before. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It feels friendly. Seems like an underwater city, an underwater world. I can see fishes and different animal and plant life that I've not really seen before. But in there, it's continuing to take me around. And it's like a whole different city or a different world in there. Don't know if this is what you would call the ant people, but the one that I'm looking at has these eyes that are kind of big and looks like an ant with, strange enough, it has wings, something that looks like wings, so I'm not sure if it's an ant. Has something that it's holding, kind of like a staff. Feels like a whole different world down there. I'm not seeing people. I'm not seeing regular people. There's a lot of life in the water. It feels almost like a different world down there.
Mhm. Very fascinating. I'm curious about this being, and you said that it seems to be underwater. Is this being?
It's not actually underwater. It's like if I've gone into this area, into the earth, and I can see land structures, but there's water as well. It's like this
Mhm.
river, or it's not really like a river because it's not really flowing. It's like a pond or a pool or something. That's how I can put it into what I know, but it's just life in, it just looks totally different. It's like in, almost like if it's in inner earth. I'm not even sure,
Mhm.
but it's like it's taken me inside of the earth in a way. It's not exactly just on the surface. On
Mhm.
the surface, I saw lots of trees and lots of greenery, and it's taking me back. I can see blue waters now. before I saw like deep black looking dark water. It didn't feel dark. It didn't feel like bad, but the color was dark. I could see lots and lots of trees, the tops of trees and greenery. That's all I saw. Then it guided me onto the shore, and the sand and I would say just like the sides, the enclaves, or it's almost like openings into going into inner earth. And in there feels totally different, but it feels good. It doesn't
Mm.
feel bad. It's like, it's as if there's openings to the outside as well, because there are parts of it, like as you walk through, you can see out into the open, probably even see the sky at some points. But it's as if this takes you into the earth, and there's more going on in there.
Mm.
Lots of things swimming in the water where there is water.
I'm curious, are the only beings that you see on the land those ant-looking beings, or are you seeing any other animals or creatures or beings?
So far, that's what I saw, but I feel like there's more.
I'm curious, you said that there was a lot going on down here. Do you get a sense of what that ant being is doing or what sort of happenings or action is going on?
It's interesting that they had something like a staff in their hand. It's almost like overseeing things, but not really. I guess they just wanted to make themselves known to me. I can feel a female presence there. Don't know exactly what form she's in.
So you're seeing a female presence different than the being that you saw holding the staff?
It's different.
Mm.
Sense that I'm getting is there was a lot more going on in Atlantis than we know or that we were told. Things happening on the surface, but things happening inside as well, sort of in the land, underground. Lots of different aspects going on at the same time. I'm feeling a sense that, like, I can see water. I feel like I'm on the surface. It's almost as if it's a large, large area, forests and underground parts and other parts just leading some secluded areas of where you may just have deep forests and lots of animal and plant life, but then it takes you to areas that are more civilized or more populated, more developed. So some natural stuff happening, but also sort of centers of life, of action, energy, things going on. That's what I'm feeling. Now I'm seeing an area where there are large waterfalls just falling, and it's beautiful. It's sort of an area on its own, like a sunken area in the earth. I can see different beings there. They seem very high energy. I'm seeing one that I can't even describe exactly, but does not look exactly human. Um, Almost like light bluish purple color, silver type of glow. She has some sort of, I would say, dress or adornments about her. It's just how she is naturally. It's not nothing like what we know in this world. She feels to be of high energy and of the light, I would say. I can feel lots of things happening in this area. It's
Mhm.
like magical, lots of things going on. They're working on things.
Do you get a sense of what they're working on? What's going on there?
First thing that comes to me is day-to-day life, just how they operate, how they work things, how things work there. Very magical. I can see a lot of water around. It's a lot of glistening type of energy. It feels magical, but at the same time, it feels a bit structured, almost like some people have their roles, but there's still a high vibration. But I could feel, I'm starting to feel a bit of heavy energy now. It's not bad. It feels like a change from what was or what should be. You can see a rainbow. It's something I saw before with Atlantis. And it's not literal. It feels like it connects them to the ether, to energies that are not of Atlantis itself. It feels like there's a lot of beings there that are connected externally. They're connected to higher energies, higher powers, and I would say they're connected to the light. It's what actually makes it work. It's what makes things work well. It's what keeps things balanced and beautiful and healthy.
Mm. You mean the connection that these beings have to the higher dimensions or higher energy?
Yes, it feels like they're connected to something bigger than themselves, but it's something that is of them, meaning it's where they came from. They remain connected to that higher energy. And that's what makes things work. That's what keeps things balanced and keeps things high energy and powerful. I can see crystal structures. It's in amongst the earth and it's shining. It's like it's still inside of that area that I was talking about. It's not on exactly the surface. It is the surface of the earth, but it's kind of like down in an area where It's like you have the surface of the earth and it's like down inside of it, but it's open. It's also open, so it's open to the sky. You can see the sky and everything. But it's like an area in the forest where it operates on its own.
Mm.
I feel like that's where I am. I can see crystal structures that are working in harmony and emanating light, producing some sort of energy that makes things work, that keeps things balanced.
Mm. Can you tell me about this place and these beings and their connection to those on the surface, or perhaps those that we would more easily identify with Atlantis as we know it?
Now seeing the face of someone does not look exactly like we know humans now. There's a bluish look to the skin, and it just wanted to show me the face. Like I can just see the face, I can see the skin, the chest, as if it's showing me some type of being or the race of beings that were there at that time. Feels almost like there are different groups or different communities within Atlantis, and they were working together, but at the same time, I keep getting drawn to that specific place where they're working in a group. I can feel other people around. I feel energies of like families, and I can get the sense that this is not the only one like this. There's more. There are other, I don't know if you want to call it cities or groups. They were connected.
Are you speaking of the sort of sunken city, the city that's under but still exposed?
Yes, it's almost as if these cities ran not like exactly how we know it right now, where everything is on the surface. It went
Mm.
in and out, and the surface of the earth or wherever it is was not as flat and as we know it right now. There were lots of areas where you would go under and then come back out into the surface. That's what I'm feeling.
Mm.
Lots of greenery, lush plants and water. It was beautiful, but I can feel there was a change at some point where things started to get heavy.
Do you get a sense?
Seeing,
Go ahead.
I'm just seeing the sky turn red
Mm.
and the place gets dark. And being told it's when the darkness came in.
Can you say more about that?
See something looking like a dragon, probably flying up above. but I don't get the sense like it's a good one. It feels like the energy has shifted. Being drawn back to the what looks like an ant being, or that first person that I saw.
Are they showing you anything or do they have a message to share?
There is standing there, and the sky looks red, red orange, and things are becoming a bit dark and tense.
I'm curious, as you're watching this, do you get a sense? Do you have a body?
I feel like I do. I feel like I'm standing next to the ant being, and I'm watching everything happen.
Do you get a sense of your appearance?
I don't exactly see myself, but I feel more of a male energy. I'm not sure. We're standing in an area that is sort of covered by part of the earth, but we can see as well an opening into the sky.
And as you observe the sky, what are you feeling?
Destruction, ending. That's what I'm feeling.
Mhm. And what happens next? Remember, you can always remain an observer. You don't need to experience anything, discomfort.
It looks like nighttime. It has moved from a bright, beautiful type of energy. I'm seeing the eagle as a symbol.
Did you say an eagle?
Yes. It's almost like it's here just to show me that it's here to give me the higher perspective, maybe as a power animal to help,
Mm.
to show, to show the way. It looks dark, looks like nighttime. The energy is not as beautiful and as settled as it once was. For some reason, I'm seeing mountains in the distance and what looks like a moon or a half moon in the distance. I believe I saw two of them. I'm not sure.
Two mountains or two moons?
Two moons.
Mm.
And the eagle is still there, very present. I think it's a symbol for me. I see what looks like people going into the water on what looks like boats. It's almost like they're going out to get a better look to see what's happening. And there's a sense of change. I'm hearing it's when the darkness took over.
Is there anything that the eagle would like to show you, or any message coming from the eagle for you, for us?
Always see things from a higher perspective. There are much lessons to be learned and not repeated. We are at a time of change, just like it was before, where the darkness has taken over, where the light needs to shine again. We must not repeat the mistakes of the past. And they are determined to prevent us from changing, from going into that new earth, from bringing back what once was and going back to the light that we are. But we must learn the lessons of the past and not bring it forward into this time now. We are different. We are from many different star systems, but we all must align to the light, for that is when we can return and bring that new earth. We have all come here for a purpose, and it's time to figure out what that is. You have a lot of help, energies from beyond this earth, but it includes your future selves and energies that have been waiting for you to wake up. It's like a big sleep has been put upon everyone of forgetting, and it's time to remember again who you are and what you want for the future, because only you can bring that in.
Mhm. I'm curious, you mentioned the lessons of the past and learning from them, not repeating them. Do you have a sense of what those lessons are that it's most important we not repeat, that we be aware of?
Being brought back to that first scene of seeing the crystals and the water and everyone working together, I can see that female energy again, and it's almost like if she's wearing something like a crown, but it's on her forehead. And in the center of her forehead, there is something like a crystal. And I can feel benevolent energy from that person, whoever it is. But then slowly something crept in and changed that beautiful scene where everyone worked together. Things happened on its own. You can magically bring things into being. One thought, one magical manifestation is what is coming to me. Where things just could come into being just with an intention. And slowly those desires to have more, to overpower others, to be powerful, to have more than they had, started to creep in for some people, not for all. It's when the light started to diminish and some beings started to get into the darkness. But I'm also seeing dark energies. It's almost like they're descending as well. It's like I can see a line drawn in the middle, and on one half, it's bright, energetic, crystalline type of energy on the left, and on the right, it's dark energies. So when Atlantis fell, is what I'm hearing. When the dark energies came in,
Mm.
and I can see it's almost like they're showing magically the darkness started to diminish the light. I can see like flickers of light just going out. I can feel like it comes from externally. It's almost like it descended from somewhere else.
Mm.
But then they plant their seeds and it started to spread. Not with everyone, but with some. So the energies dropped and things changed over a period of time.
So it sounds like this, what began energetically, was there a physical change as well?
Yes, I can
Mm.
feel a physical change as well. I feel like that's when things started to look more dark, the darker water, the just plain green forest, and not the magical looking, beautiful, mystical look that it was before. It's almost like I'm feeling like the ant beings and them being partly underground was needed to preserve part of the essence of what was. And the dark energies that I'm seeing, they don't look like the others. They look part animal to me, not totally animal, like their bodies are not the same.
Can you tell me more about that?
You can see brown fur, but I can't see too much of it. But they look like, all I can say is beastly.
And it sounds like the sense you were getting were this was the appearance of the darker energies, the darker beings.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's almost like I'm feeling there was a type of a face-off in terms of, can you maintain the higher frequencies or not? I'm being
So
told
these
that we're at a point where we're at a face-off again. It's like a fight for that change or destruction is upon us again, is what I'm feeling.
Is there anything else that feels important that's coming to you from this perspective?
I can still see some of the beautiful bright blue colors and that high energy, but it's intermingled with those darker energies. Now I'm seeing like fire burning, lots of orange and red. Now I'm seeing water. It's like a flood of water coming in. And I get the sense that a lot was happening at that time.
Do you mean a lot of natural, like physical changes in the earth, or a lot happening with the beings and the people there, or both?
Both. A lot happening in the environment and a lot going on with those who were there as well.
Is there any of that that is important for us to know at this time?
Things happened over a period of time. There are a lot of discussions, but also many different ways that people handled what was happening. But ultimately, that would have been the destruction, the final destruction coming in. And things would change. getting that there are remnants of Atlantis still around. Little bits and pieces that would have remained. Or maybe when you travel to different places, you will feel the energy of it more. Because the energy is still there, although covered beneath the water and ready to be found again.
When you say found again, is this a physical finding? Is this more energetic?
Some of it physical,
Mm.
a lot of it energetic. Because there is strength there. It helps to connect you back to who you are and that deeper aspect of yourself, your power, which was lost because it intermingled with the darkness.
Anything else that feels important from this perspective, this information that we're delving into? Anything else that is coming to you as important to share?
Just that I'm getting the feeling that there were different groups there, different entities, energies, and that we may all be different in different ways, but what connects us is that light energy again, going back to that.
All right. Thank you. Then now let's drift away from that life. And drifting away from that life, leaving that being there to continue on their own journey. They will find peace and they will find what they are supposed to find. We're leaving them there to continue on their own journey. They will find peace and they will find what they are supposed to find. We are leaving that being there to continue on their own journey. Now I want all of the personality and consciousness of Kaila to once again return to the body and fully integrate back into the body. May I speak with Kaila's higher self, please?
Yes,
I have permission to speak with Kaila's higher self.
yes,
Thank you. Now I know that the higher self takes very good care of Kaila's body, and I also know that you have all the information pertaining to this lifetime as well as all of the lives that she's ever lived. And I respect the power and the insight that you carry, and I always ask for permission to ask questions and to speak. Do I have permission to ask questions today?
yes.
Wonderful. Thank you. Now I'm curious. You could have shown Kaila many lifetimes, I'm sure. You chose to show her these this lifetime, these experiences. I'm curious why you picked this time and this place. What was it important for Kaila, for us to see here?
Because you all have a message to give to the people right now. That's one. But also, you have a big role in creating this new earth. Those that are awake right now, those that know the bigger picture, those that know that a shift is upon us, It's like confirmation that we are there again. We must work together to make sure that this time the light wins.
And Kyla did seem to pick up on that, as she put it, the face-off happening again between the light and the dark. And the words that came to me were choice point. And I'm curious, beyond what has already been shared, what is it important for us to know about how to navigate this point and how to avoid those mistakes of the past?
So easy compared to a lot of you, what you're thinking. It's about really going within yourself, connecting back to the light, living in ways that are genuine and unique and ethical and of high vibration and high service to yourself first, but also to humanity. Calls for living in the present, but also living in a way that creates a better future for the collective, for everyone. Because it is you that ushers in that new world. Do not wait for someone to come to save you. It is you that saves yourself. It is by one thought, one vibration within each of you that adds up and changes everything. You bring in the new earth. You are the ones who bring it in. You, the collective, that knows there is something better. Some of you are at a tipping point where you feel like you want to give up. You don't see any way out. Everything seems dark. It continues day by day in every way. In day-to-day life, you can see the darkness try to infiltrate. But do not get discouraged. Continue on your way, because as you do, it all adds up. You are the ones who bring the change. Do not lose faith. You have had help in the past, and you will into the future. Continue to call in your guides, those helping spirits that have always been around, but they cannot intervene unless you give them that permission. They are with you always. Walk with them. The key is inside of you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. That really resonates. I'm curious. You speak of the help and the support from beyond, and there was there seemed to be mention when we were exploring that time, that place in Atlantis, that many, or maybe it was some of the beings who were incarnated still had a connection to something bigger, um, that light within them. I'm curious if you can tell us a little bit more about that and how that is important for us now.
It is very important for you now because nothing has changed. It is still there. It is who you are. It is you. It's just that it's like so many layers of filth has covered that light, that energy of pure high vibration, that it just needs to be wiped away. But it is there. It is who you are. And so never lose faith. It's just to make that connection once more. A
Right.
lot of you have continued to come just to bring that in, lifetime after lifetime. And though it has diminished, it cannot be extinguished because it is you. It is who you are.
So would this be similar to our understanding of the oversoul or of the higher self?
Yes. Because you are connected to something bigger. You are connected to Source. And that connection cannot be broken. It just needs to be reactivated.
Thank you for sharing that. I know that um, we often need that reminder because we can sometimes get so wrapped up in our day to day and the experiences of this physical lifetime that we forget that larger connection, that larger part of us. So thank you. Curious what else you'd like to share with us around what you showed Kaila today, what you showed us today, these different beings and these different places and experiences. What else is it important for us to know, to remember?
Some of you have remained on this timeline to help the others. And so you may be feeling a change recently. It feels almost like things have gotten more negative, or you feel as if you've lost your way. But it is because you were on that timeline, that higher timeline, to get to exactly where you needed to be. But because you have chosen to remain to help the others, to help to give the others the choice, you feel the lower frequencies that may feel a bit harsh, but we're asking to continue to push through. This is just a phase. You are on the right path. Do not lose faith. It will be made clear to you as you go. You are cherished so much and appreciated for your efforts. Continue to work on yourself, and the path will be made clear as you go.
Thank you. You had mentioned the importance of presence, of going within and reconnecting with the light. How does that play into our understanding of past lives, of future lifetimes, of other places and other timelines? Uh, is there does there need to be a shift more so to the present, to our physical surroundings or the things and places happening now? Or I'm just curious if you have any insight or any clarity that you can share with us on sort of this seeming paradox that has come up for some.
Yes, because the present is not like the present for typical everyday people. The present for them will be the news and following what's happening in the world, Being present means being ever present in the now, to notice the signs that the earth is showing, to notice the signs that the wind gives to you, the breeze, the trees, the rustling, the synchronicity that will then guide you on your way. That is what is being present. It does not mean being ever present in this worldly life. It means finding the time to sit in nature, connect to Mother Earth, because a lot of changes will happen. A lot of changes are happening, and Mother Earth is being targeted in many ways. But she speaks to you, she shows you signs, and you will remain protected as long as you can remain connected. Remaining present means remaining present with the elements, remaining present with your soul, remaining present with those higher energies that are constantly working for you. That is what is needed right now.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that and for the clarity on that. That really resonates for me.
Because by doing that, it will lift your frequency as well.
Mhm.
The earth is ready to activate you, and the earth also appreciates you with your frequency as you help to shift things for her as well. As we told you all before, the water has experienced everything, the destruction, the rebirth, the recycling. The water has been witness to everything. But we need to shift our frequency to now connect in a different way, to activate the water, to activate the elements, and as you go, they will respond to you. You will notice that extra worldly calamities will be happening around you. It is because they continue to push and manipulate nature in their last days. They will try to contain that frequency of light, but they cannot. They will try in many ways to manipulate and cause natural disasters, and it will happen in some ways, but your balancing energy is needed now. You need to balance the energies collectively. You awakened souls play a big role in balancing the energies of the world. Let's work together to do that, to contain the negative forces, and to work with Mother Nature to bring about that change that must come. The new world, the new earth, because it cannot be stopped. But you must make the conscious choice to go with it, to be an active participant, because this decides your future as well.
Mhm.
Where do you go after this lifetime? And nature will speak to you. If you remain connected, you will be given signs for safety. You have the ability to work with the elements, to contain the energy, to allow what must come, because there will be change. But at the same time, it must be for the benefit of humanity. And that's why you are here, to help to balance the energy.
Thank you for sharing that. I know that those here listening will really appreciate. I'm curious about these ant beings that Kyla was shown, and potentially she may have been one. I'm not sure. She didn't get a clear image of her physical appearance in that lifetime. Curious if there's more information that you can share with us that is important for us to know about these beings and their intention. Are they still around? So curious.
It was as if they worked together. And what I'm seeing right now is, again, myself standing next to one of those beings. And in that same place, that sort of halfway underground place is what I can describe it as. Because there were openings, there were parts where the earth covered above your head, but there were openings as well where you can see out into the other parts of nature and the earth. But it was almost as if they had the ability to either predict or foretell things, because I'm seeing those openings that went out into the earth turn into something that looks like a TV screen, is what I can think of, where images could be projected onto it. And it's almost as if they're showing me something. They're showing what happened or what was to come. And in that way, I feel like either intentions were set or things were worked on, plans were made, or the foretelling of things that would come at the end of Atlantis happened or were known to certain groups at that point in time.
Mm.
I still feel their energy here. I don't know if they are still here with us or in inner earth or somewhere else, but I can feel their energy now. It's almost as if they've come again
Mm.
because we are at a pivotal time again where a lot of us are feeling the energies of things changing. And with change comes both bad and good. We are having lots of natural calamities and things happen around the world. And this may speed up in different ways. So it's almost as if they're standing to the side and their presence is being made known.
Mhm. Fascinating. So it sounds like they may be back to help in a maybe a different way this time, but helping nonetheless.
That's what I'm feeling.
Mm. I'm curious about those very high energy beings that Kyla saw sort of in that sunken city or that sort of sinkhole type of place. Were those, can you tell us more about those beings?
I can just see them It's like their bodies are glowing. They were very good at bringing things into being just by their own energy. And it always shows me the rainbow because it's like those high frequencies putting things together. But just like the rainbow has different colors, it's like putting different elements together to create things, to bring things into being, to manifest whatever they were working on or whatever they needed. And it all worked together so well. I can see crystal type of energy as well that works with them, that helped to either maintain things or to just help things work. And it works so well together, just with everyone in the community, I would say. And just with their intention, they could make things work.
Was there a reason that you showed Kaila these beings, or was it more so that they were just a big part of the collective at that time?
They were big parts of the collective at that time. They were what were there at the beginning.
Mm.
Before the energies were disturbed.
When you say the beginning, do you mean the beginning of Atlantis or the beginning of the Earth, or?
The beginning of Atlantis.
Mhm. Do those beings have a name that we would be familiar with?
I don't have a name at this time.
Okay. I'm just curious. Another question around the connection between Atlantis and Lemuria. And uh, it was interesting that that place that you showed, Kaila, was very tropical, and oftentimes the tropical location is more so associated with Lemuria, and yet this seemed to be Atlantis. I'm just curious around these two places as we understand them, and if there's any further information you can tell us about their connection or their relationship, perhaps.
Lemuria feels to be more pristine, more untouched. But for some reason, there feels to be a connection. For Atlantis, I feel like those cities that I described were all over, almost like a network of different cities. Whereas Lemuria was more untouched, it was more natural, more unstructured. It feels very high vibration. The energy which continued into Atlantis is what I'm feeling, but more structured in Atlantis. And then I'm feeling that energy of that change starting to come about. It felt as if they were working on things in Atlantis, work that sort of started to become a burden. It didn't feel as happy and high vibration at some point in time, coming to the latter parts of it. Although there were similarities as well.
You brought up this high vibrational energy that was definitely present in Lemuria and was also present in Atlantis. And I've been very curious about the times before the darkness came in, before the fall began, or that, I guess, descent towards the fall began, and what we would maybe call the golden age or the golden timeline of Atlantis. Can you tell us more about that time and why perhaps you showed us this time closer to the fall rather than those times?
It's the progression of time. And as the darkness came in, things changed and shifted. As with time, things do change.
Mm-hmm.
Now my attention is being drawn underwater, and I can still see again remnants. I can see a crystal embedded into the earth, and it is underwater, almost as if it is awakening and speaking to us. And all we need to do is to continue to work to tap into that energy. And I'm being told that the dark energies cannot touch those. And only if you are of the right frequency can you engage with this.
So when you say engaging with these crystals, this consciousness that is awakening, is that done in a specific way, or is this more unconscious? I'm curious if you have any guidance for those watching who might feel drawn to connect to that crystalline energy.
It can be done consciously, but it can also happen unconsciously by tapping into the energy and the frequency of that higher energy of what can be described as selflessness.
Mhm.
It is really when you connect back to your natural state and become one with the light again. It's like I'm seeing that those energies will then be activated once more and make things happen easier and quicker.
Mhm. So it sounds like alignment with your higher self or with your soul energy is a key piece of this.
It is.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share around that line of question or
I'm hearing it's waiting. It's waiting to be activated once more. And it's like going back because the same water that did the destruction will now create the rebirth and do the clearing if you allow it. It's about getting back to that natural state where there is full faith in who you are, in godly energies and source, so much so that nothing can disturb you. And it does take some work, but it can be done. And for a lot of you, it has already been done. But it's about making that frequency stay and not fluctuate.
Wonderful. And I'm being reminded of that guidance you gave just a bit ago about connecting back to nature and spending that time sort of plugging back into the larger network and calling on that support as well. Is there anything else besides that that would help to, I suppose, level out our frequency or help us to maintain that frequency that is for our best and highest good?
Back to laughter, the things that make you happy. It's time to shut out everything that keeps you in the lower frequencies. Engage with them if you need to, but do not stay there. Make yourself happy because there is a lot of happiness around you still. In the sunshine, in one sparkle of the light in the water, in the butterflies, in the animals, in the children. Engage in laughter, in lightness, and happiness, and that will help to keep you where you need to be. Shut out all of the negative, heavy energies, no matter how much they try to invade. And they have invaded everything. Continue to clear yourself every day as you go. But walk with your higher frequency friends, your power animals, your spirit guides, your spirit helpers. Ask them to walk beside you every day. Only the high frequency energies for your highest good. Walk with me every day and show me the way. Help to clear everything as I go because they invade everything. They have invaded everything, our food, our water, our air, our skies. See them walking with you and clearing with you as you go. So as they come into your body, they are cleared and transmuted. And engage with what makes you happy.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Do you have any final messages for the collective before we go today regarding Atlantis, what that time might have to teach us, or any other guidance or insight that you would like to share?
You are closer than you think, but before change is seen, it will feel even worse. It will feel even more intense and harsh. And it is because you are at that pivotal point of change. Do not give up. Continue moving forward. It is the only way.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that, as well as all of the other information that you shared with us. I know that Kaila, as well as the collective listening to this, will be very appreciative. So thank you.